Hi guys! I am starting another batch of soap. Actually, I've already started it. Just with measuring some ingredients, and I realized the angle's off because I kind of want to show you a little bit more of the process, and I'm going to have to move the camera around in the angle, but I have my warm soap, or not my soap, my oils measured out for my soap. They're in my crock pot right now because we're going to do a hot process soap. And I have it on low, so they're nice and warm. And so what I have in there, I have to look over at my ingredients list over here. So what I have in there, I have olive oil, coconut oil, beef tallow, shea butter. Yes, you guys, I use animal fats. Can you believe that? Right? We'll talk about that a little bit later, okay? When I go on the tangent of animal fats and good soaps. But anyways. And then I have my water measured out. I'm going to measure my lye out right now too. So I'll do that when the camera's on, actually. So I'm just going to move things around and I'm going to get geared up. You know, I have my apron on, my safety glasses, okay, my rubber gloves, my disposable container, because I usually use a disposable container, you guys. This isn't, oops, I had a customer because, you know, like always, I am multitasking, making soap, doing things when my store is open. So, like I was saying, you guys, I like to use a reusable container, or not a disposable container. This is a styrofoam container because, you know what? I'm going to be honest, I was gifted like hundreds of these styrofoam containers when I bought my building. And I was like, well, I can't just throw them away. I have to figure out something to use them for. And they work great right now for just putting my lye. And I know it's not really eco-friendly, you guys. Oh, and yeah, but I have to use them for something because I have them. They're already made. So right now I'm using them for measuring lye. A lot of times I use, like I save my yogurt containers because they make a good cup to measure my lye in, and then I just toss them afterwards. That's just what I do. Well, it's a little bit better. You can see a little bit more of me, but then this goes away. It's just a constant battle, you guys. Constant battle. Okay, anyways, measuring my lye. Alright, I think I'm gonna finish off this container. So I had to take out my other one. Okay, so, and you know, safety, you guys. Safety. Lye is extremely caustic. You don't want to get it in your eyes, or here, let me show you this. I don't know if you can see this on my glasses. This right here is because I splashed myself with the liquid lye. Well, guess what? It got on my glasses, not in my eye. So, yep, I have this smudge on my safety glasses. No big deal, but hey, I can still see. So make sure you're wearing your safety glasses, okay? All right. Oh, actually, I have just enough in this one container. Perfect. Perfect. So I didn't even have to open the other container. All right, we're going to toss that. And I'm going to set this one back under. And then we are going to put our lye in our water. Remember, properly ventilated area. So you don't want to be breathing this in or anything, and you need to have your exhaust fan on if you have an exhaust fan. I have an exhaust fan, so I'm going to turn that on real quick, and then I'm going to pour it in. Or open your door or window or something. Just, you need a good airflow because, you know, this is toxic, you guys. Okay, I poured it in. I'm going to toss that in my trash over there. And then we're going to, I know, this looks funky. Alright, stir my lye in. Alright, you guys, my lye is ready to pour in. It is pretty clear right now. And we're not adding any, well, we're kind of at the same point. I'll talk you through. This is kind of a long process, but you're doing all the cooking and everything right up front. So you see the difference between how the two clear oils now kind of make this yellow, like the clear oil and the clear lye, and now it's kind of turning this yellowish color. Well, this is the start of the spiffonification process. That's the soap making process when you basically, it's just when you turn lye and oil into soap. And so it starts immediately. I have my oils warm and I'm just cooking it on low on my crock pot. But as you're gonna see, it's gonna change consistency as it cooks. So we're just gonna stir this. I'm gonna actually bring out my electric mixer. I use it very, very little. Well, yeah, very little compared to when I make a cold process. So just to get it to a light trace, and then we're just gonna let it cook for a while. There we go. Oop, I squirted some out. Now I got a little on my arm, so I'm going to be putting a little vinegar on it to neutralize the lye in it, just so you guys know. Alright, you guys, I have to gear up here, but this is what happens when you have customers and you're making soap while your store's open. It lavafies. So we're gonna try and make this one work. It went through like 2 steps at once, and so this is just gonna be what it is instead of a good how-to video, but it's still educational in case you're trying to figure out how to bring a soap back. So let me put some gloves on. And yeah, it's like spewing out onto my counter. And sometimes, you guys, your soap becomes lavafied even when you are making a cold process soap and it gets too hot. That's what happened here. It got too hot. Oh, look at that. Oh my, it's all over. But I turned, we're gonna just actually turn it off. Look at it, it's really interesting, huh? So, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. More, but it's like stir, stir, stir. But as I stir it, it's gonna calm down. But yeah, I got quite the cook over, which whatever. Life goes on, right? I'm gonna see, it's already calming down. Maybe this is gonna be a video of like bloopers, right? So when this calms down, it's gonna become more of a Vaseline type color, and that's when you know your soap is pretty much done. Okay. I'm thinking it adjusted itself. Well, I'm rolling this. My head's half cut off. Alright, can you guys kind of see that it's kind of like an iridescent, like, kind of has a like a Vaseline type look? And so that means that we're pretty much at the end phase of the soap making process. So now I need to let it cool so I can add, I'm gonna add the scent, which we're gonna go with frankincense and myrrh. I haven't made that one in a while, and it's a great one. So we just need to let it cool down a little bit, and I'm gonna have to stir it in that process. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm back. I don't have safety glasses on right now because it's a less, I don't know, dangerous part of the soap making because the soap's pretty much cooked right now. So, but I still have my gloves on. But you can see the difference in the soap, right? It's a different color. It's fully that Vaseline color. And I'm going to finish adding the rest of my additives, my ingredients. Usually my pot doesn't, or my crock pot doesn't look this icky. Or I shouldn't say icky, this covered in soap. Usually it's neatly in there and it doesn't explode all over like it did. But okay, you guys, I'm gonna add my milk additive, and I use a powdered milk, you guys. I talked to all kinds of different soap makers and I use it. I started out making soap, and I still do it this way, where I freeze my goat's milk in ice cube trays, measure them out. But when you're making hot process soap, it gets really hot, so it's hard to keep it at a low temperature. So I was talking to a soap maker at a farmer's market up in Brainerd, actually, and she was telling me how she uses a powdered milk because then it doesn't, you don't scald it and it doesn't turn bright orange like it can happen when you're using regular goat's milk if you don't freeze it or if it heats up too fast when you add the lye to it. So, and it just, liquid goat's milk I've never been able to get work when I'm making a hot process soap. So anyways, I have my goat's milk here in my cup. So we're going to pour that in and we're going to stir it in. Also, you guys, I make it a little thicker too, where I don't put as much water in it as it calls for, so then I can kind of control the moisture of it. And then as I'm working it into my soap, the milk also mixes in with the moisture that's in the soap. So sometimes, you guys, I do take out my my emulsion blender, which is sitting right next to me, but you can't see when I'm doing this part of the process, just to get it to mix in. See, it's all nicely mixed in now. And we're going to add our frankincense and oil, our frankincense and myrrh oil. And this has a flash point of 200 degrees, so take out my lovely heat gun, and you can see that we're at 168, so we should be good. 167, so we should be good adding that. And so as you can see, this is a dark brown oil, so my soap is going to be a brownish in color. It smells amazing. And the color is going to change more as the soap goes through its drying process. Well, yeah, it's all nice and mixed in. So now we're going to put it in the soap molds. Alright, you guys, as you can see, my soap is fully cooked here. I started scooping it into my loaf pan, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. And you can kind of see my mess of soap and stuff on the counter, but and usually I give it a little jiggle here to get it down in all the little nooks and crannies, and then we'll fill the other one up. Alright, you guys, I'm going to even them out a little bit, so I'm taking a little scooper. Ugh, I just make a mess every time I make soap. I think that's pretty good. They're pretty even. Not too shabby, right? Yep. Now I get the wonderful task of washing up. Jiggle a little bit to get it to set down, but alright, you guys. Oh, the wonderful I don't know. I say I don't know a lot, right? Okay, you guys, so the next part of the video is going to be me basically telling you what the soap looks like when it's been done, or when it's cooled for 24 hours. I made the soap in this next part of the video a few days ago. So it's not the same type of soap. That one is a goat's milk and honey soap. Alright guys. So then after about 24 hours and the soap has had a chance to harden, I'll be honest, I leave mine sit for a few days in the molds just cause then it just hardens better and you get less denting when you go to take it out of the molds. But I know as a beginning soap maker, I was always really eager just to take it out and see what it looks like. So yeah, so now I'm going to slice it and then, you let it sit for a little bit longer, a couple more days so it has a chance to harden up a little bit more after you slice it because it's still a little soft on the inside, but that's just part of the process. The longer it sits, the harder it gets, and then when you go to use it, it just lasts longer. But you know what? This is perfectly ready to use soap right now because it's gone through the complete spaffonification process, so you're free to use it right now, put it out on your shelves. It's just that it's not as hard, and so then you just have to let your customers know that. And just like that, it's all sliced and ready to go out on the shelf. Alright you guys, make sure you like and subscribe to my videos. And hey, you know what? That's all I have to say. I'm going to edit this.